Guys, it's Lord Nutsu here, and today we're going to be doing part 3 of What If Deku Was Immortal. And I'm going to tell you guys now. Eventually, he'll be able to completely control his quirk. Not to where he's just immortal forever. Even pretty much make it so that immortal quirk, eventually that immortal quirk would no longer be a quirk. Eventually. And give me a second. Yeah, where I left off is basically Suku took out Stain. So, yeah. Now we're gonna continue this to where Suku pretty much then we're just get to pretty much Suku just carrying it, just plain sitting in a rope, and actually we're just gonna skip that and go to the engine ships. Well, actually no, when Suku just comes out, once Suku comes out of the alleyway, she sees Grantino, and Grantino was about to kick him, but then Suku just put two fingers in front of him, and Grantino would be stopped like that, and then he'd be like, why are you about to do that? And Grantino would say the same thing, but how much? But you're not supposed to use your quirk. And Suku's like, what quirk? Pretty much having a smile on his face, and Grantino just has a smile on his face. It's like, and then pretty much we're just gonna skip to when then when Ida is at the hospital, and she could just once Ida wakes up, she could just in there just looking at him with an angry look, because Suku does not like revenge, especially if it's not worth it. And Ida looks down to the point at himself, and then the dog person comes in and says to both Suku and Ida that they're not supposed to use their quirks. And Suku would just say, what quirk do I have? Tell me. And police dog would just be like, don't you have one? He's like, no. If you check my records, I am quirkless. The world shall know that by now. Especially since I'm pretty sure most of the world watches this sports festival. And the tall person would be like, oh, it's you. It's like, so what are we gonna do with this? It's like, I really don't want that. I really don't want the credit for all that, so you can just give it to someone else. I don't care. And they would give it to Gran Torino because he was there. Actually, no, he was. No, he's in charge, so they wouldn't. So it would be the same. Then Nardai. She would still go to Nardai's agency. Then when Suku got there, actually no, before that happens, Suku would meet. Well, Class 1A would meet the big three, and pretty much, Suku just saw Muriel. She would, he looked out for a few seconds, like, oh, I think I remember him from seeing him time to time, because he has seen him a few times. But just Suzu is the only one that had seen him, not the other way around. When Mario asked for a fight against the whole class, Suku Mm, yeah, some of my classmates are arrogant, but I'm not, and yeah. Pretty much he beats everyone at. Then once he gets to Zuku, because yeah, he's just standing in the back. And once he gets to it, Zuku's like, so you want to do it the same way you've been doing it, or are you gonna change your tactics? And yeah, Mario would actually think for a second and like, yeah, I'm gonna change. I'm not gonna change him. And yeah, then he would go for the same thing. And you would just be like, you fool. And then he would just jump. But, and yeah, Mario like, what? And yeah, she was like, you're too predictable. You need to be unpredictable to your enemies. Especially if they figured out your moveset. You need to be unpredictable to anyone. And yeah, she would actually beat Mario. And yeah, she could, like, that was annoying. Yeah, like, she would just walk up to the other two and, like, I am Isuka Midoriya. How about you two? And yeah, she's like, I'm measuring in this. He's our friend, blah blah blah. Because I cannot remember his name right now. Like, yeah, he would just shake both of their hands. I hope, I hope the three of us, hope the four of us can become great friends. And yeah, like, oh, yeah, and, yeah. Punch went with the manifest quick, like, sure. It's like, and Shuku would just be like, would just stare at him for a few seconds, like, huh, that's interesting. And yeah, naturally, would actually be like, uh, why is that interesting? And she's like, I used to be like that, shy. And yeah, naturally, like, oh, so that's interesting to you. It's like, yeah, I might actually get, I might actually get along with this one a lot better. Yeah, the shy, yeah, perhaps the shy one of the group would actually be a little bit less shy now toward Izuku, but everyone else, yeah, he would be the same amount of shyness. Yeah, and she like, I'll see you around. Yeah, then he would just walk off. Then we're gonna get to when he, yeah, then we're just trying to get to when Izuku internships to Not Eye's agency. Yeah, yeah, and when she was going there, she was sees Miriam, and yeah, I'm like, oh, hello, Miro, is it? And yeah, like, yeah, Mario, like, oh, hello, and yeah, uh, so, so, what's your reason for being here? I'm just curious, and yeah, would tell him, and yeah, she'd be like, huh, that's pretty good. And yeah, Mary would be like, well, but you, and so, like, hmm, the only thing I'll be doing is saving people. I don't care how I do it. I'll do it. I don't care how I save people, I'll just do it. And yeah. And he was like, oh. Heck, I'll even sacrifice my own life to do it. But that's gonna be a little bit hard if you've heard of what happened at the USJ. And yeah, they're like, oh yeah, and yeah, shoot, like, yeah, but way you are, I'm gonna guess you're close to All Might, am I right? And yeah, we are like, okay, yeah, you were kind of right about that. And yeah, so I'm guessing he probably would have either he would have found out some way or he was there. I do not know because I wasn't paying attention. You know what I mean? Like, Yeah, he didn't say anything about it. So, like, alright, so you didn't learn about it yet. It's like, anyway. I I had some advice for you, Mario. And yeah, like, yeah? It's like, just in case somehow your quirk got taken away, you should think of another fighting style for yourself. You never know. You need to think of any possibility that could happen. And yeah, you're like, oh, thanks. It's like, yeah, no problem. And yeah, then they would get you eyes and see, yeah, she would see that eye, and she would just look at him for a few seconds, and just be like, She's like, well, this isn't really great. Well, this is great. I'm with all my previous apprentice, and yeah. And I was like, oh, you know about that? And it's like, yeah. And maybe I know a little bit too much about the hero world. And yeah. I would actually like, how much do you know? She would actually say what he knows in private with Nara. And I was like, okay, yeah, you know a little bit too much. And yeah. That's how much free time I had during my whole life. And yeah, Nara would actually be surprised that this kid just, yeah, it's like this. Yeah. Yeah. Notice, yeah, then Nara would come, yeah, orange. Yeah, so he would easily pass any test that Nara gave him. And yeah, when Suku just yeah, and then and I go on patrol, and then a little girl with blue hair bumps into them. Oh wait, I forgot to do something. Flashback. We're gonna do a little bit of flashback real fast. I forgot to do this, so I'm gonna do it now. The training camp. I forgot to do it, so I'm gonna do it now. So yeah, and yeah, we're just gonna get to the part when everybody's off the bus, and the pussy cats are right beside the bus. And yeah, so you could just look at the forest and then look at the pussy cats, and yeah, see like I know what's going to happen. So she could just like, yeah, she could just narrow his eyes through this forest, and he would see the building all the way at the end. And yeah, right before, yeah, a second before the pussycat just had her hand on the ground, pretty much about to make that avalanche. Sugu, yeah, 2 seconds before that happened, Sugu's ready to launch himself. Yeah, then 1 second later, Sugu launches himself. And pretty much just being like a bullet in the air. And yeah, first the other two pussycats were like, what? And yeah. Then they would hear raise their head, be like, he already figured it out. So he thought of just getting there before everyone else could. And yeah, he's like, oh, okay. And yeah, then the pussycat made it avalanche run and did it, and yeah, everybody fell down. And yeah, then we get to Izuku, and he gets there a minute later. Because that's how fast he gets going in the air. And then he just Kira lands on the at the front of the building, and she would just slowly stand up, and then just starts walking into the building, and then he just makes food, delicious food for everybody, and he makes it perfect. He makes the perfect food. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. And once everybody got there, everybody was like, yeah. When first the heroes got there, I just smelled food, and then he was walking like, just walking and just see the food laid out, or being cooked, and she would just be like, give me a few. It would probably take me to a few minutes before the rest of the students get here for me to finish these, so you may have to wait. And like, oh, okay. Pretty much all these students like, alright, and then 2 to 3 minutes before the rest of the class gets there, you're like, alright, it's done. And give me a second to dish these out. And then he just immediately starts dishing them out. And then you finish dishing them out in 2 minutes. And she's like, done. And then 5 seconds later, the students finally get there. And then the rest of his classmates get there. And Sugo would just walk outside and just snap his fingers. Actually, no, he would just open the doors of the building, and everyone would smell the food and just shoot like. So like 3, 2, 1, and then he would just close his face, and everybody would rush in to see what that smell is, and and then everybody would pretty much just drooling because it looks and smells so good, and she'd be like, "What are you waiting for? Eat it!" And pretty much everyone would just pretty much go to eat it, and then she would just look, and he would see a little kid, and she would like, oh, there's that little kid. Oh, there's a little kid here. Probably one of the pussycats cousins, or brothers or sisters' son. Who knows? Like, she would just bend down to Ko's level and be like, "Hey kid, who are you with? Who brought you here?" And Koro would just try and punch him in the nuts. And Suku would just, he would punch it, but Suku wouldn't feel a thing. Suku would like, really, kid? You know that's rude, right? Now, please answer my question. And Koro would kind of be surprised. Like, I was like, third cousin, and she's like, thank you. Now, could you point to which one it is? And he would point to one of the pussycats. She would like, why, thank you. And he would just rub his head and be like, now, if you would like any of this food, there's a plate over there. And there would be a plate just sitting on a table. And she was like, if you don't want it, I'll put it in the fridge for someone else. And then he would just walk off. And then she would just walk up to the pussycat, and she was like, so, like, we would just sit right next to her and be like, hello. And she's like, oh, hello. So you were talking to Dakota, and it's like, oh, so that's his name. That's good to know. And like, He's like, so, what's your story? And yeah, then she would tell him his Koda's story, and she'd be like, that's probably why he tried to punch me in my balls. And yeah, it's like, what? It's like, yeah. That kid is weird. And yeah. Then we're going to get to when the villains would attack, and yeah, then she would just, like, wait a minute. Where is that little kid? And she would, like, wait a minute. She didn't go that way. And then I'll be right back. And then he just sprints off to where Koda is. And then, yeah, we're going to skip to Koda, and yeah, the same thing is about to happen to Koda, but then she just gets in Koda's leg again. Then she was just like, just jumps over Koda and is like, nope! No, actually, no, he just jumps and turns around and shields Koda, and yeah. Koda kind of just sees this man's back just get pushed back a little bit, but put back to place, and yeah. Suku just look down like, oh, you're right, kid, and yeah. Yeah, then he just nod, and yeah, Suku would let go and just turn around, and yeah. Then he'd like, Suku just see muscular, and yeah. Suku with chest, like, now. Yeah, Suku would just be like, now. Let's get this over with. And then he just starts. His face went from calm and slowly went to angry. And yeah, went to like, I'm gonna kill you. And yeah, to like, I'm assuming, I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, you killed those the heroes. If I'm correct, you've killed heroes of a water Quark heroes. Am I right? And yeah. I was like, yeah, so what? And yeah, she's like, for that, you will pay for your sins. You will pay for the sins you have committed. And yeah, that's like, what are you gonna do? Take me to prison? And she's like, no. Someone like you does not deserve to live. And she would just immediately use 100% of his power, just go straight through Muscular's chest and just have his heart and crush it. And yeah. Then he would just go limp. And yeah, she would just pull out his fist and then let's go just fall backwards. Yeah. She would just wipe his arm, just whip his arm, and the blood would go off. And yeah. And she would just turn around, and who does he cut it a little bit right? And yeah, Suku would just calmly put his hand on his shoulder, like, calm down, kid. You need to calm down. Yeah, Koda would start to calm down, and yeah, then she would just rub his head again, like, a kid like you shouldn't even be in this world yet. Okay, you shouldn't even be in this hero society yet. You should at least be my age when you get into the hero society. And yeah, Koda would see where it's coming from, and yeah, she's like, come on, get on my back. And yeah, Koda would get on his back, and yeah, she would just like, are you ready? And yeah. You're like, yeah, and yeah, she's like, good. Be sure to hold on tight, and yeah. I may go a little bit too fast for you, and yeah. Then she could just go his normal speed, which is a little bit too fast for Koda. So yeah, Koda would be holding it very tight. But for Izuku, he would feel nothing. So yeah, then Izuku would just, yeah, then Zella would just pass it, just see him, and she could just stomp and like, perfect. And he would just look behind, like, uh, good? Are you okay? And yeah, Kara would just like, yeah, she'd be like, okay. When I say let go, okay? And yeah, Kara would just nod his head like, let go. And yeah, he would let go, and she would just grab him by his shirt and yeah, pull him off. And yeah, she would just like, yeah, Isabella, catch. And yeah, Isabella would catch, and yeah, she'd be like, could you take him to a safe place real fast? And yeah, and so like, and yeah, she would be like, pretty much I saved that kid. And yeah, I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, she was like, now, I need to find someone real quick. And yeah, then, and pretty much everything else would go to canon. Everything up to when All Might would go all for one. And at this point, he's given his court to Kirishima. Yeah, Kirishima. Because why the heck not? Anyway, yeah, and now we're and that's the end of the flashback. Now we get back to when Mirio and Suku were on patrol, and yeah, then a little girl with blue hair bumped into them, and yeah, Suku just Suku can feel others. Suku can looks down immediately, and sees a little girl, and Suku would just and Suku sees bandages, and he feels a little bit uneasy, and he would just slowly kneel down, and he would just have his hand out for her to put her hand on his, and then she would, and she would close his hand slowly. Yeah. When he felt how much she was shaking, he knew that she was in pain. And then Suki would go to her arm, and then she would pretty much wince. And Suku would just grab the back of her head, and then grab her back. Grab the back of her and her head, and just slowly pull her into him, and then she would just hold on to him, and then off going to do the thing, and Suku would just whisper in her ear, okay, next time, don't worry, and she would slowly nod her head, like, only he would be able to see that she nods her head, and he would just let her go, and she would just run, and then we're gonna, then not I, and Suku knew exactly who that was, but he did not want to risk it, and then Suku would just, the Mirio and Suku would just walk back, and then die like, give me a report, and Suku like, I know exactly, Suku just like, well, the only thing that you would want to know is only two things that has happened, and die like, tell me, and Suku. First, a little girl with blue hair and a horn bumped into me, and it looked like she had terrible scars. It looked like she was in incredible pain. And then after a little bit, a certain person walked out of the shadows. And I like, who was it? And she was like, Suku was just like, give me a minute. And then he would just run it. Actually no, she would just pretty much describe how he looked. And she was like, that should tell you. And like, that's overhaul. And she was like, yep. And both me and you should know that overhaul, whoever this overhaul is not treating this child. Even if this child is his, he is not treating her correctly. And yeah, and yeah, not like yeah, and yeah, then they would, yeah, then they would do. Then we're gonna go to the infiltration thing, and then yeah, everything goes to Canada up until Shigu punches the wall. Yeah, once Shigu sees Nada's in Mario's condition, Shigu is like. I must. And then he's just like, And then, yeah, remember, he's been training the whole time. And now he is a little bit above primal might. And yeah, like, I must do it. And then he just gets you in stance. And yeah. And yeah, Suku's real, true muscles haven't been shown yet. Suku is able to pretty much hide how much muscle he truly has, because he's been able to do it because he's pretty much been working with his body his whole life. It's time, and she's just like. He just concentrates. He closes his fist. And he puts stomps on the ground. And he closes his fist. And and once Nadai heard the stomp, he would just look at Suku, and he'd see his muscles just expand and pretty much just increase in size. And then Isugu would get to the size of All Might, and she would like, she would like, I will not let you hurt anyone else. Then he would just get ready, and then overall try to went for the attack. Zuku's using 100% of his power right now. And Nara just saw her just seeing an image of All Might. Miru was also seeing it. But Nara is seeing a prime version of him. It is time for 100%. And then he just bursts into action. And when Shaki just tries to attack Shingu with his quirk, it barely works. Like, once it's basically Shaki is just trying to impale him with the stuff, but it just pretty much breaks it upon impact, and yet she would just run through it, and she was like, he pretty much just, then, and then when Shaki goes for Mario and Nodai, and then she would just, like, no, and then he just pretty much blitzes over that and defends them. And he looks down and he sees Aerie, and Sugu's rage just, and Sugu just holding on to rage right now. And Sugu just lets his arms down, and he just turns around. And wait, no, he doesn't turn around. He moves half. When he starts moving again, Overhaul tries to stab him again, and it doesn't work. And then he tries to go for air. Then he tries to go for Donai. And then he would just put his hand right in front of it, and she would just like perhaps you would just. And we'll just hear his neck crack while he move his neck so fast. Move his head so fast. And Sugu would just lower his hand away, yeah, then she could fully turn. She would just, and she would just like, yeah. Then his, then his leg muscles would increase way more. Pretty much he's moved all his muscle mass into his legs, so he can be way faster. And then Zoo just sprints. And then once he's getting closer, everyone sees that he can easily control his muscle mass to go anywhere he wants. And then he just has it in one arm. And no, actually no, he just goes right behind Kurosaki, and then he gets right behind. And Kurosaki turns around, and there's pretty much all of the muscle mass of pretty much most of Zuko's muscle mass is in Zuko's right arm, and you just pretty much imagine Saitama doing that death punch thing, yeah, and that's how Zuko looks, but yeah. Zuko is not doing a death punch. He's just doing a punch that will knock him out permanently. Though she's knocking him out for a month. She's then Kurosaki is just punched straight through 3 walls and he's knocked out. And then his muscle mass goes back to his normal size, which is Bond size. Remember that. Like, and then she would stress a little, and so you just walk over to Ari, and it just brushes her hair, and Ari would just go to his Zuku, and he'll just hug his Zuku, and Zuku just slowly hug her, and Zuko would have a little tear going down his face, and Nadai and Nadai would survive, and that's where I end it off for now. Anyway, if you like this, like, subscribe, and comment for more. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.